think the best way to pick a co-founder or a founding partner is to find somebody who has complementary skills to your own, someone who can fill in the holes of your weaknesses. I'd say that the single biggest pitfall in partnerships is usually that the skill sets that are required in the beginning of a partnership change over time, and one or both of the partners don't have those skill sets, and thus you need to either change out people in the partnership or people who are in the partnership need to take differing roles. I'd say that the biggest benefit that I see in partnerships is having someone that you work with on a daily basis who can tell you you're wrong when you really have made a big mistake. I think when starting a business, there are some pretty standard legal protections, incorporation, LLCs, and then there's also a series of things that usually relate to how you relate to other founders legally. So buy-sell agreements, separation agreements, things like that. But beyond that, I think you don't need to be overly legal. When you get into business with a family member, a spouse, or a personal friend, I think the difficulties are greater than if you just do it with people that are purely business partners. It's not to say that you can't be successful, but it adds complexity. And generally speaking, when you're starting a business, you're trying to reduce complexity. I think one of the least discussed elements of successful partnerships is that people who are successful generally have done a personal inventory, which really means they understand what their own personal motivations are before they get into business. The best example of this that I can give you is that there's often much more to having a satisfactory business than just making money. People like to, be recognized publicly. They like to have control of their businesses, and to the extent that people are not honest with themselves about what really motivates them, they can have difficulties in their businesses.